What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new reaction, and welcome to day number 10, double digits, baby, of Reactmas. It is a nasty, gloomy, rainy, mucky, just type of day here in Kentucky. But luckily, I live in this beautiful home to keep me safe from all the outside elements. So I figured, why not today? Let's compare some British versus American homes. We've looked at some US versus UK home differences before on the channel, but there's always more, you know? It's so crazy just how different our lives and our homes and how we live are just because we're separated by a little pond, you know? Today, we're watching British versus American homes. So we're about to get into it. Go new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, drop a like for day number 10 of Reactmas. We only got 15 days left. That's crazy. Also, time to give a shout out to everybody that donated towards our animal shelter donation. On the last video, you guys went absolutely crazy. We got two of the biggest donations I've ever seen on Super Thanks. You guys went absolutely crazy. Every single cent of these donations is going towards our animal shelter donation at the end of the month, along with a part of the revenue that we make off of these videos. So huge shout out to Simon Bailey, Star Trek 19820, Stephanie Gilletti, sure, Aussie Drick with a $100 donation. What the heck? Those puppers and those kitty cats and all the animals there, they're going to absolutely appreciate it. I appreciate it too. That is so crazy. Thank you so much. We got Jib230181 with the £5. Even the small donations do not go unrecognized. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Lorraine Durkin, Moskaski? Sure, with another £100 donation. Bro, dude, that is so awesome. Thank you so much. That is incredible. We got Robert Hindle, Lord Canister, Peter Leverton, Matt Bentley, CM Chunk. Not CM Punk, CM Chunk. I like that. Debbie Inglis, I think. Andrew Redesign, Shane Cook, that Welsh guy, my Wales people. John Craig, and Kari B61EX. Thank you guys so much. That is absolutely incredible. Again, every single cent of that is going straight to the animal shelter, so we appreciate you guys so much. That is so awesome. We have already exceeded and blown through the ceiling that I had for this donation, and we're only 10 days in. That is so incredible. Thank you guys so much. And also, you don't have to donate. Watching the videos, hitting that like button, sharing it with your aunts, brother, sister. Sure, I think that might be the same person, but sharing it with them is plenty, I promise you. But to the people that do donate, that is incredible. Thank you guys so much. But other than that, let's get on up into.
Hi, welcome back to the ANS Way, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about 10 things that are different about UK homes versus American homes, especially as we've been living.
Oh, okay, hold on now. Let's set the record straight right here. That is not the average US home right there. Goodness, that is probably a multi-million-dollar home. Yeah, no. Your average American person, way too broke to be buying something like that. So, dude, these UK homes, look at, dude, I love the colors. That's my favorite thing about it. The different colored buildings. Like, imagine saying I live in the big yellow building. Like, bro, that is sick.
Versus American homes, especially as we've been living here for about 2 years now.
Stay tuned until the end because we got some questions.
Okay, listen. This right here is not the average US home, bro.
Questions what you think about American versus UK homes. Please do subscribe if you enjoy this video. Number one, the most obvious one, it's size or lack thereof. Most UK homes are absolutely tiny. We mentioned this in a couple of other videos, and they're smaller than I had anticipated.
818 square feet. Yeah, that's pretty small. I think our new house is like 1,400 square feet or 1,600 square feet, something like that. In our house, yeah, it's 3 bedroom, 2 bath, but it's a single wide trailer, so it's considered a smaller house here in the US, but it's still like double the average UK home size, so that's crazy.
In America, by comparison, when we got here, we were finding homes were well in excess of 2,000 square feet. I would say more typically around 3,000, and initially we thought that's way too large for us. But what we have found is it's allowed for more rooms, more functionality in your house overall, and space to do things that you want rather than struggling to cram your clothes, storage, things. You can actually live in your home and do things.
Yeah, I think that's why, like, they showed a wardrobe, this right here. That's not really common in the US. Like, for the longest time, for like most of my life, I had no idea what a wardrobe was. Like, that piece of furniture, I had no idea, because we have built-in closets. You know, we have the room in our houses for built-in interior closets. So most people don't have like a wardrobe or something like that to put their clothes in. That's just like a little thing. We just have the room for it. So like wardrobes and like, you know, adjusting to the smaller homes is just not really that common here. So
things you can actually live in your home and do things. That leads to number 2, and that is the functionality of US homes. And I'm talking walk-in closets and pantries and dedicated laundry rooms. In the UK, they would not come in a typical home. As we said in the first point, UK homes are tiny, so they don't really
okay, no, they're doing you dirty with that picture.
in a typical home. As we said in the first point, UK homes are tiny.
They're showing a little cabin. I think that's like a doghouse. That don't even look like an actual cabin. No, they did you dirty on that one. That's messed up.
So they don't really have the space to have those types of rooms, but here in the US they do, and it's something that I absolutely love here.
Number 3 on the list, the kitchen. Now the kitchens in the UK are either non-existent little rooms somewhere in the house, either at the front or the back, that are separate from every other room. In the US, however, it's kind of a central location for gathering, dining rooms around it, the living area, so that you cook and entertain at the same time. This is something...
Yeah, like our house, literally our kitchen and living room is one big room. Like it's the same room. And that's usually how most US houses are going to be. Like you're going to have the kitchen, and then off of the kitchen you're going to have the living room. If it's a bigger house, you'll have like a dining room. But like in our house, it's literally the kitchen and the living room together, and then off to the side in the back is also like the laundry room or the utility room, whatever you want to call it. So like, yeah, it's one big open space, but technically it's like 3 different rooms all in one. So
something that we had to get used to, because having the kitchen in your living room is a little bit weird for English people, I would say.
It is.
Although newer build homes are starting to have this more open plan style living, but definitely when we were growing up, the kitchen was a separate area.
One of the magical things we do have here in the US is the garbage disposal. I throw everything in there, all of the food scraps, turn it on, run the water, and it's gone.
Dude, I have never had a garbage disposal, and I'm scared of them. It bothers me that people will just throw, like he just threw an entire banana down the freaking garbage disposal. It bothers me that people do that. Like if I have a plate with some crumbs on it, I'm scraping that stuff off in the garbage can. Even if I did have a garbage disposal, I would not like wash that stuff down the drain. I don't know why, it just bothers me. I feel like if I had one, it would grow on me though, because like I'm sure it is pretty nice being able to just put stuff down there and it's gone. But garbage disposals, they're expensive, so like it's a little fancier addition to your home. So
brilliant when you live somewhere like Vegas that gets super hot in the summer, or for most of the year it's super hot, and you can just get rid of the food rather than have it in the trash can outside.
That is true.
Trash can. There you go.
I'm adjusting my language.
Like in America. The other thing that Selena really misses is something from the UK, which is a drainage area that's built into the sink platform, sink basin, right next to the sink. So when you wash up, you put it over there and it drains off and it runs into the sink, so the water
you can buy like little trays that go like on the other side of the sink that just sit there for that purpose, you know, like a little drainage rack. Or I've seen like some older homes with like odor sinks in them and stuff, and they will have that. They literally have a built-in tray on one side of the sink for that purpose, and like you can take it out and like use that side of the sink if you wanted to. That's usually in like older homes and stuff like that.
I don't miss it that much because I'm a dishwasher person, and we have these little drying mats, and I find them perfectly fine. But you do mention all the time the drainage.
That it has that in the UK homes, and if we've got some shots, we'll share that here.
And the final thing, which we've mentioned a couple of times, but I think it's really important: pantries. I don't think I've ever seen a pantry in the UK, personally. Here in the US, every home that we looked at has a separate pantry or a huge area that acts as a pantry. And we get to store our huge 25-kilo Costco bags of rice and cereal in there.
The other thing that you...
Yeah, see, like, our house doesn't really have like a pantry. It kind of has an area that could be for one, but we use it for like just some other stuff. But most of our food goes in like the big cabinets and stuff. But yeah, pantries, they are pretty common.
I find, especially for our US viewers, is that in the UK, our washing machine is typically in the kitchen. Now, when I think about that
seems ridiculous.
Yeah, it sounds really strange. Can you imagine you'll be cooking, or perhaps you're having dinner in the kitchen, you've got friends around, and then your washing machine is going off. Yeah, so a very weird thing about the UK kitchen.
Yeah, usually in the US, you're gonna have a separate like laundry room, whether it's on the completely other side of the house, or if you have a basement, it's most likely gonna be in the basement. But like our house, ours is basically in the kitchen too, like I said. it's just one big room and it's right there. So they're kind of used to it, but most US homes, yeah, you're gonna have a separate laundry room somewhere in the house.
4 is bathrooms or bathrooms, as they said in the US. They pronounce their THs. So many bathrooms. We have 3.5 in here, and I think in the last place we stayed was 3.5. All of the homes that we looked at had between 3 and 5 bathrooms. They are obsessed. In the UK, you'll be lucky to have 1 main bathroom and maybe, depending on when your home was built, an ensuite, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Certainly when we were growing up, that just wasn't the norm in houses.
What's an en-suite? Is that like a bathroom in like your master bedroom or something? I don't know.
But since the 2000s, they started building the new homes started having an ensuite. But even then, the ensuite bathroom was tiny and
comically small.
Comically small, where 2 of you cannot be in there at the same time. There would be 1 sink, and that's another main difference. Here in the US, their ensuites really do cater for 2 people. They have double sinks, and that would really be a luxury in a UK home. Actually, when I went to one of my colleagues' homes, her shower was so large, it was larger than one of my friend's bedroom. The shower space. That's how big it is here. I don't know if this is the same across the US, but one of the biggest things I found strange with the bathrooms here, especially the ensuite, was that they don't typically have a door, and that for me is very different from the UK. UK, you will always have a door to your ensuite or your bathroom.
Yeah, no, in our house we have a door to like our master bedroom, bathroom, or whatever. But yeah, in like the fancier houses, that is, yeah, you don't normally see like a door going into it, which is weird. Like, give me some privacy, you know? And ours has like our walk-in closet built into the bathroom, and we have 2 sinks and the big walk-in shower and a toilet and stuff like that. There's definitely enough room for 2 people to like be in there at the same time, move around, do your own thing. So I didn't know that they would be that small in the UK though.
At number 5, parking. And this may surprise our American viewers, but in the UK, parking can be a real issue. And it's something that we suffered with when we were looking at new build homes, in particular where they wouldn't have a driveway. So you would be assigned a parking spot, maybe 1 or 2, depending on the size of the home. But that was really something that you had to consider when buying a new build, is whether you're even going to have a space to park your car.
See, that's crazy to me because I live out in the country. I can park in the yard if I need to, you know? But like people that live in the city, they have to go through that too here in the US. Having to park on the road, having like an assigned, I don't even know if they're assigned here in the US. But like if you live in like the townhomes in the city or something, you do have to pretty much park like that. Most of them ain't gonna have a driveway or anything. So yeah, that's completely new to me. I've always lived in the country, or I've at least lived somewhere where we have our own driveway. I've never lived somewhere where we have to park in the road or something like that, so.
Moving out here, we bought a 3-bedroom family apartment, and you have 1 allocated space, and that was it. There was no option to buy another one. And this isn't just places that are dense cities. We lived out, much further out from the city of London, so it's quite an odd way to live in the UK. America, by comparison, has excessive space. Especially here in Vegas, you have ample room to park your many cars, trucks, boats, jet skis, motorbikes, RVs. And number 6 is garages. In the UK, it's kind of a mix.
You mean garages? Garages?
Mixed bag. Older homes tended to have garages in which you cannot park modern cars because they were built for things like minis, metros.
Oh, wow.
Most cars are too big now, so you can't actually get in and open the door.
That's crazy. They were built so long ago, the cars were so much smaller. Wow, you can't even fit a full-size car in it. That makes sense, though, because, I mean, that's what people were driving. Those smaller, like, coupes and stuff, so. Most garages here in the U.S., they're massive. Like, you can fit 2-3 cars in there. The doors are huge. You can, like, pull boats in there and stuff like that, so.
Doors. So you could buy an older home, have a garage, you can't park your car, so they tend to be used as storage. Newer build homes, depending on where you are, as we mentioned, will either have no spaces and no garage, or we did buy a home in 2015, which did come with a garage that was big enough for
Dang, that's pretty nice.
a car and 2 tandem parking spaces.
Which is quite rare.
It's very rare, especially the closer you get to London. America, on the other hand, it's integral to their home design. They generally will have a double garage that fits within the home footprint. So instead of it being external to the house, it'll be built into the home. And they can genuinely be bigger than a UK apartment. I think this is a small one, it's about 400 square square foot. Some of the ones that we looked at were maybe 500 to 600 square foot, which I'll throw something up on the screen. A UK apartment can be 600 square foot.
That is crazy. The garages here can get bigger than y'all's apartments. Wow. In most homes, like where I live, you're not typically, a lot of homes do, but typically you're not going to have an attached garage. Most of the time, people around here are going to have a detached garage or a shop or something like that. And 9 times out of 10, you don't even park your car in there. It's going to be used for storage. You're going to use it as like a little workshop or something like that. That's just how it is around here. Most of the time, you don't park your car in the garage, even if you do have one. It's weird.
Number 7, we have getting your mail. And this is something that I definitely miss about the UK. In the UK, we have mail that just comes through the door. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
You do not have to go anywhere. You hear when the postman arrives, you get your letters. Here, we have to trek about a block to go and get our mail.
Yeah, me too. I have like a 1/4-mile walk down my driveway to get to my mailbox. And that's how it's always been. You always have to walk so far to get to your mailbox around here.
It's a discussion every day. Oh, yeah, have you been to check the letterbox yet? In the UK, it's so much easier, and that's something I definitely miss. And I don't know.
I do wish we had that. Just having a little slit in the door, just your letters just come on through. Even though our dogs would probably tear them up as soon as they fell through the door. But hey.
That's everywhere in the US, but certainly here in Nevada, that's how you get your mail.
Number 8. Temperature control, and specifically temperature control rather than heating, because in the US, at least in the parts that we would choose to live, nearly every home has air conditioning. Now, to a UK person, that generally means cooling the home. The way
we just talked about this a few videos ago. This right here, one of the most shocking things about the UK.
It works here in the US, which is new to me as well. It's amazing. Air comes from the sky. So it cools and heats. They're separate units. One's a gas burner or furnace, and one is an air conditioning unit that cools down. But it keeps and maintains the perfect temperature all year round. Really hot summers, which we get here, 46 degrees Celsius. It's perfect in here. And when it's cold, it takes, how long would you say to warm up in here?
10 minutes maybe?
10 minutes at most to warm the whole house. This leads us on to how it works in the UK. Horribly is what I would say. We have radiators, which firstly, to me are an eyesore, and I know we've done a lot better job of the modern panel ones, but they're an eyesore. They're in the way.
Hey, radiators work pretty good though. I've lived in a couple places with radiators, and like I've stayed pretty warm. So.
I think they're filled with water. A boiler heats the water up and it comes out in 2 hours.
Y'all should not be touching it. That thing gets hot. Don't touch it.
Later, the house might be livable. I had no idea. I thought the radiator system was quite good until we got here. But trust me, heat from the sky is where it's at.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, having a furnace and built-in heat is definitely something that is a luxury. Being able to just walk up to the little thing and press, hey, you know what? I want it 70 degrees Fahrenheit in here. And it just happens. Yeah, luxury.
9, we have gardens versus backyard. In the UK, gardens are like a national treasure for us. They're lush and green. Lots of British people are really into gardening. And sometimes they're disproportionately sized in comparison to the house. So you might have a small house, but then you might have this 100-foot garden with these large orchard trees. Whereas here in the US, we're not.
I've always said I would rather live in a 1-bedroom tiny home and have a big old yard than live in a big old house and not have any yard. Having a yard is such a luxury. Like, that is my favorite thing about our house, is just how much yard we have. Like, if I could live on a 200-300 acre farm with a little teeny tiny house, that would be my dream home. I don't need this big old nice house with 6-7 bedrooms in it, 4 bathrooms. No, I just need a simple little house with a bunch of land. That's all I want.
Not finding that is as normal, and I get it. It can depend where you are.
Yeah, true.
And I've had a few people say to me, "Why do you call it a backyard and not a garden?" Because it's not a garden. There's nothing about our backyard that makes me think of a garden, but it's different.
Most U.S. homes, you have your yard and then you build a garden inside of your yard. Like, we have a little box outside in our yard, and that's our garden. Our entire yard ain't our garden. We have a section of our yard that's our garden. So
it's more functional space to put a pool, have your barbecue set up, play games. So to me, it is a backyard that you just make into whatever you want it to be, whereas in England it truly is a garden.
Finally, number 10. We know this personally because we did put out a video that wasn't specifically about this, but we asked the question, and that is hardwood or hard surfaces versus carpet in your home. Now, I'm still torn. I'm quite traditional in the sense of I love carpet and it feels nice, makes the place feel warmer, more cozy. But I have come around to the practicalities of hard flooring. We use luxury vinyl plank, which is a high quality vinyl, but it mimics hardwood. And it's super easy to clean. You can wipe anything up, you can drop stuff on there, and
it looks good.
It does look really nice. Where I struggle a little bit is we put lots of rugs down in the soft areas.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes, that's the thing. Like, we have vinyl flooring too, but I have an area rug right here in my office. We have an area rug in the living room, in our bedroom. So, like, it is kind of weird because you like having, like, the vinyl or the hardwood. That way you can clean it easy and everything like that. But then in the places where you would want carpet, you just put a rug, so...
So we turn hardwood into carpet, just in little spaces, which I think indicates that carpet is the way to go for me.
I know lots of people are going to say, no, carpet's awful.
I love having the option to be like, you know what, I don't want a rug here, let's roll it up, put it somewhere else, and just have the regular floor here now. I'm not the biggest fan of carpet, but like, if I was to have carpet anywhere, it would be in, like, the bedrooms. Just because, like, that's your bedroom. You're not going to be going in there with shoes or anything. Or at least you shouldn't. I mean, you can, you shouldn't, though. But, like, in the bedrooms, I would be okay with it. But, like, in the living room or something like that, definitely not. And especially in the bathroom. Come on.
The thing that gets me about American homes, and it was one of the things when we was looking at rentals, was they would have hardwood everywhere, even in the bedrooms. And for me, I do like a bedroom to be cozy with carpet, but a bit like I've come around, so I get it. I do understand how much more practical hardwood is. It's just, it loses the cozy feeling of a UK home.
There you have it. 10 things that make US and UK homes different.
I truly believe if you have a roof over your head, it doesn't matter what it looks like, how big it is, if you have a garbage disposal or if your washer and dryer's in the kitchen, it doesn't matter. If you have a roof over your head, that's all that matters. That is amazing. But alright guys, that is going to do it for today's reaction. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. If y'all want to see more reactions like this, let me know by hitting that like button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go out today, spread love, spread kindness, do something nice in my day. I love you guys so much, really do. JTReacts, and I'm out. Peace.